All right. Crypto Wonder. Another video coming at you. Greetings to everybody. Greetings. Hope everyone is doing well. Take some time to like, share, and subscribe to the channel, and leave a comment. Let me know what you think. So let's get right into this. So, you know, YouTube. I've had my channel for a few years now. And recently, YouTube, I got a notice from YouTube regarding like some type of change they're doing with, I guess, or change they're trying to introduce to my channel and stuff like that. I've when I joined YouTube, or not say joined, but partnered with YouTube to create content, is because I saw the reach. I saw how large the platform was, and I enjoyed making content. Facebook actually was my first platform that I used to make, live. I would jump on live and create content and do things of that nature. And then, I don't like using Facebook anymore. So I stopped using Facebook. And now I've been, ever since I joined YouTube, I've just been making videos, right? And enjoying. It's been a special journey. I've learned a lot, and I've met some great people. Those are the positive aspects of being a content creator. It's weird, right? Well, they say the planet is a rock, and that's not to, create a pun regarding the song. But on a rock that has over 7 billion people, with technology and YouTube, I've been able to, meet some people who live all around the world, and not per se meet in person, face to face, but have that connection through the media platform and off of the media, It's a blessing. It's definitely a great thing. Good people. There's a lot of crazy people out there. So, not to this video, if it falls on, the wrong ears, I'm not saying get on YouTube and, be friends with everybody and kumbaya. It's not. It's not. It's dangerous out here. But I've met some good quality people. Now, and with my content, I realized in the beginning, I started talking about different topics and, things that I guess were important to me. And I figured, let me just speak on those things or whatever. And then over some time, I started talking about a lot actually about cryptocurrency, but I still, that hasn't been like the 100% focus of my channel, like a crypto channel. No, because I do talk about other topics and creative. I do creative things on this channel. One thing that I've tried to do the whole time, is be, I guess, as real to myself as I could be. To be as real as I could be, because what I've learned very early on, from just even learning about computers, and with the advent of social media, you can be whoever you want. Like, you can create pseudonymous, anonymous types, so you could hide behind a keyboard and become the greatest, most proficient keyboard warrior or computer thug, gangster that exists, right? You could just be a superhero. You can be a villain. You can be everything in between. I chose to be real. I chose integrity. This is why you see integrity on the screen. I chose to be, a person, like if I'm speaking about something and I'm passionate about it, is because I'd like to believe that I live it, right? That I live what I talk about, you know? In other words, practice what I preach. Like really practice what I preach. Not be a hypocrite. Not live a life of contradiction, but be as genuine as I could be. That sometimes doesn't translate very well in YouTube. And what I mean by it doesn't translate very well in YouTube, when you have certain things just don't sell, right? People want salacious information. People want to be entertained. Everyone has different interests, a whole bunch of different interests, right? But when let's say you try to be as real to yourself as possible with no gimmicks, no antics, no funny business. Things work out different. But this is why I appreciate and I can understand why it's important to stick to my values, stick to my core, to remain as genuine as I can, is because of the quality, like the connections you make, right? Because it's very true. Whatever you think, you become, or may very well become, right? Like minds think alike, that type of thing. But the antithesis to all of that is shenanigans. If I move away from doing whatever's real for me, not only is it not going to feel good, but I will amass the attention. Like, if it's fame that I'm looking for, all I have to do is do something outlandish. If it's fame that I'm looking for, all I have to do, it's easy to do something crazy, to do something, shocking, to provide information and content that's incredibly salacious, slanderous, and the algorithm will pick it up real quick. The algorithm will pick it up real quick. Now, I need to say, as a creator, I do have a responsibility to provide content on a regular basis, which I have not done. But I see a difference between when I, have moments where I provide content regularly versus when I don't. I see a difference. I see it and I understand it. But I have a life outside of YouTube. Content creation is not the only hat that I wear. I wear different hats. And at the same time, it's all a balancing act. Because YouTube, again, does not provide any income for me. And I didn't get into it for that. I just enjoyed the opportunity to speak and to share and to give ideas and to even critique and do everything and even have fun. I have my own, livelihood. I have my own obligations. I have my own responsibilities. I do a bunch of different things off of the camera, off of, YouTube. That's my personal. But I realize that when I see, like, through time, I've had my channel for 4 years. So over time, I've seen content creators, evolve. I've seen content creators dissolve, disappear. And for me, I would notice like a content creator would out of nowhere just make a name for themselves out of hard work, grind, discipline within their own, niche, and do very, very well. And that's great. That's great. But then there would be other situations where a person would just come, jump out and do what? Ride the coattails of someone else. Like I said, as far as defame someone, just so that they can rise above. They would step on someone else's channel or whoever they are, character, just so that they can climb. Why? For the money, so that they can reach the threshold that they need to reach, so that they can earn the crumbs that YouTube can provide. Make no mistake though, and I understand economics and I understand the financials, because some people they're successful, they can make a livelihood, do very well. They live off of this is what they do full time. Hats off to them. Hats off to them. My thing is I can't be fake. You know what I'm saying? Like I can't compromise who I am just for some views. The highest viewed video that I have in the 4 years worth of content that I've made, the highest viewed video that I have on my channel is a video that's not even a minute long that depicts the New York City riot that took place this summer, where the police were forcefully beating on a passerby in New York City. That's my highest viewed video. Never mind all the other content that I put. That's what the algorithm picked up. That wasn't even something for me. I was sharing that video. That wasn't even a content, video that I created. That's something that I shared. That's just something that I shared. Now, I could easily say, okay, what am I going to do now? Now that I see that this video caught traction, should I continue to proceed in that vein? And, if it's about grabbing someone else's content and sharing the information. It's not about stealing, but sharing different feeds regarding protests, regarding riots, regarding, those types of, news and events so that my channel can grow. No. I captured some information and delivered it. I'm not a journalist. I just wanted to share this information because this is what was going on at the time, and I felt that I needed to put it out there. That caught the most views. Now, as a content creator, I've learned that it's the most valuable information, the most valuable person in this whole thing between YouTube and the content creator, the most valuable, precious element is the actual creator. Now, don't get me wrong. You need the platform. We need YouTube. Otherwise, how are you going to be heard? Or any other streaming platform. But you offer It's what you offer that people want. So I guess people, it'll take longer when you're building something of quality. Sometimes it takes longer because the foundation that you're laying down has to be solid. The foundation that you're laying down has to be firm. And I'm good with that. I'm good with that because I'm building the foundation. I've been building the foundation the whole way, the whole time, by supporting what I say with what I do, by giving or offering information that could actually help somebody. It sure entertain as well too, because I have a bunch of information out there or create videos that I made to entertain, but also to provide content, to provide information of substance, not chase clout. It lasts longer to be a person of integrity than to be a clout chaser, like the young people say. So it's about pushing forward. It's about pushing forward. I watch battle rap. And in the battle rap community, there's been a lot of changes taking place in the battle rap community. Again, you have the valuable commodity, which is the battle rap artists or MCs. And then you have the platforms or the leagues that they perform or that they work with or they partner with, who pays them to perform. It's been an ongoing issue for many years, and this is widespread, but I'm going to use battle rap as an example. It's been an ongoing issue for many years as to how the battle rappers are receiving peanuts compared to what the leagues, what the companies, what the platforms generate as far as revenue. Content creators when you think about podcasts as content creators, because battle rappers are artists, they're content creators too. But let's go back to, let's switch it and add the whole content creation, which is what I started this whole thing about. You try to create content, you're the valuable commodity. But what you receive is nowhere near. What you receive as far as earnings is nowhere near what the conglomerate called Alphabet /Google /YouTube generates. Nowhere near. Similar to the music industry. If you don't own your publishing, if you don't own your masters, you're getting what? Violated. Because everything you generate will be taxed by the labels. Everything, it's almost like even your entire likeness, everything will get taxed and you will receive a fraction, a minuscule fraction as far as earnings. And in each of those different genres, when you talk about battle rap, you're talking about, content creation, podcasters, you're talking about, musicians, those who, and this, again, I'm picked 3 different genres, 3 different areas, right? Those who choose to be genuine have such a long, hard, like the journey is different. The journey is different for those who practice integrity versus those who just simply sell their souls. for the money, for a check, whatever you want to call it. The journey is different. The journey is just simply different. Cryptocurrency is no different either. You have content creators in crypto, the ones who, are really, really trying to, just create content from their perspective and not falter as far as like just accept money from, any nefarious projects or any projects that tries to just pay content creators to create videos about them. And then they end up scamming the people. But the content creator doesn't care because they got paid up front. Selling themselves off for a few dollars. Because in the end, what is it all worth? But those who have integrity, those who have been building their channels from the ground up, from the mud, from the soil, strengthening their foundation, they have a different journey. It may take longer. In some cases, it may not, due to their efforts and a stroke of luck. Because don't forget, there's an element of luck in all of this too that exists. That's just my opinion. They catch the right algo and all of a sudden it's, you out of here. You're in the stratosphere now. Now you made it. It's no different in cryptocurrency. So now I've identified 4 areas. You have battle rap, you have cryptocurrency, you have content creators as far as podcasters, you have musicians. Without the content they provide that the people want, all of a sudden it's like an audience. You have an audience of people who listen, who didn't even know of you and realize that they like your information. They like whatever it is that keeps them attracted or lured to your content, is what holds their attention. Now the thing is, these predators, because a lot of it is just predatory in nature. That's how I feel. These conglomerates, these music labels, these, YouTube and Spotify and all these people, they're just trying to sink their claws. And developers, shady developers in the crypto space, try to sink their claws into you so that they could be a puppet master for a price. Because once they sink their claws deep into you, you've conceded. You agreed. You said, you know what? Yeah, it's time to sell my soul. You could violate me in however shape, form, fashion, and I'll do it for a check. I'll do it for $1. I'll do it. And sacrifice you, compromise, everything just out the window. I'll never do that. And people say sometimes, never say never, never say never. Nah. I've been around for a while. I can't see myself do that. And if I do that, it'll automatically, if I decide to chase clout, it would automatically resonate to the viewer that what I'm doing is disingenuous, because why? It's not in my nature. If I decided to just change my content altogether and just, speak on gossip, speak on just different things and accept monies and become some type of slave to a machine, not only have I sold myself out, I sold out my audience because I don't value them anymore. Like I'm not valuing my audience anymore. It's disrespectful and dishonorable. But what does that mean? Honor. What am I talking about? Integrity. What am I talking about? Values. What am I talking about? Honor. And these things. That just doesn't translate into anything. Trust. The truth. right? What are these things? What are these things? Talking about these things because you can't put a price on integrity. You can't put a price on honor. You can't put a price on truth. You can't put a price on trust. These things are priceless. What you can put a price on is your worth, your value, your resistance, or I should say me, in my case, my resistance to just conform for a check. Going back to the preface of this whole video, YouTube communicated with me and told me I need to, hustle to have ads generated on my. I don't. Again, my channel's never been monetized, and I'm okay. I don't depend on. I don't need YouTube to live and pay bills. I'm thankful for that. I've been fortunate. I've made some great decisions in my life to allow me to say that. Right? Like I don't have to. I don't depend on YouTube. This is not a channel that's monetized. I'm not doing it for that. I'm not gonna say that it won't be nice to generate income. Of course it will. Of course. But I'm not going to, have to like just be fake, be phony, sell myself, sell my soul, sell, just everything I talked about, just become an illusion, become a fraud, become a hypocrite. That's not how I was raised. That's not what I come from. It's not what's in my moral fabric and what people say a lot, moral compass. It's not what I use. It's not how I, live. You got to go back to that. Yeah, I got to go back to myself after I get off the camera. Right? I have to live with myself for as long as I'm allowed to breathe. No, I'm going to continue to do what's worked because my conscience is clear. Because okay, that's what's important to me though. Again, this is going back to what's important to me. My conscience. Like being able to rest is important to me. Being able to not have to look over my shoulder or just, be up all night thinking and just anxious and worry because I'm doing things that's just not of me. It's not healthy. It's toxic. I'd rather not do that. That's why I'm comfortable. I'd rather be who I'm supposed to be by nature. That's it. All I can be is myself. All I can offer is information, thoughts, ideas, whatever it is. It's an opportunity to share, and that's great as far as this technology where we have podcasts, have all these streaming platforms, an opportunity to just share and express myself, take advantage and do it. I'm not going to express my false self for a check. Many people, trolls, many naysayers will say, hey, you're wasting your time, man. You're going to be poor, stay poor. But see, it's not even about that. It's not even about that. Because it's not about being poor. It's not about being rich. But see, when issues like that come up, you can see what people are getting into certain things for. You see what matters to folks. You see what's important. See, it's just that. That's not of me. And that's why I can understand when people say, thanks, but no thanks. Sorry, but not sorry. If you get offered to something that's just so shiny, tied up in a nice, pretty ribbon and bow, say, here, we're going to give you this if you can do X, Y, and Z for us. Understand that whatever it is that you're being offered, if you don't have control of you and if you don't own you, I'll let you finish that. I'll let you finish that thought.